2016.
He doesn't have to tell you that.
But I told him that that's not what my colleagues are telling me on the ground.
He does not have to tell you that.
On the ground, they said you supplied only 17 instead of the 60.
Who told you?
Him, the contractor himself, and he was insisting.
Who told you that only 17 were supplied?
The director of planning told me, and myself, because I went to inspect them together with the director of planning. Then I approached him.
And then what did you do?
I asked him that, you know, we're expecting these wheelie bins, but we're just seeing 17 out of the 60.
Now what did you do after?
So now he was insisting that, you know, he has supplied all the 17, and in fact with a delivery note. But I told him, but nobody.
How did you pay $600,000 in full amount without verification? No contract document, no market survey, no procurement process. Did he raise a request for the payment of $6,000?
Yeah, a request was raised.
The contractor sent a request?
Oh, yeah, he raised the request.
Without attaching evidence of delivery note?
But he was insisting that he bought the delivery note, not to my office.
So, Mr. Bachir, if I come and insist to you that I had supplied 10 laptops, you should pay me $500 million, you will pay if I insist?
No, not really.
Why would you pay?
No, because the thing is...
but I'm insisting.
Yeah, when things of goods of that nature, when they normally come to the council, they are verified.
They are not verified.
They should be verified normally. That's not by me, but they verify.
No, it's the CEO. Everything done by any other person to verify anything is done by the CEO. There should be a verification committee in the words of the Procurement Act or Regulation, a receipt and acceptance committee.
Yes.
But they don't just verify that you supply. They verify that what is contracted is what is supplied.
Supplied, yes.
That's very important.
Yes.
You understand that the specifications therein are in line with what is delivered. And so they accept the delivery note. Yeah. And they accept the goods that are being delivered.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And then you are obliged to pay.
Yes.
The full amount.
Yes.
Why did you not do that as Chief Executive Officer?
No, I should have done that too. I did not do it, but
why?
I should have done
because it involved the Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, because the thing is...
Who was the finance director at this time?
I think it was Modu Kamara.
Modu Kamara?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
This was in 2021?
Yes. It was
you would have sacked Modu Kamara by this time. Is that not the case?
I would have.
September 2021, you would have relieved Modu Kamara from his financial duties as finance director for the project and replaced him with Jam?
No, it's with Modu Kamara, not with Jam.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. So the two of you did this together and paid without evidence. Did you guys eat the money?
I did not eat any money.
So who ate the money? Who benefited from this? Is it
You mean ask who paid the money?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the two of us.
The balance.
By virtue of...
The balance. That's what I'm asking.
No, I did not eat any money from the balance.
The balance. So if you have 17...
And I suggested, that's when I was away, I suggested to council that, you know, like, it should be pursued to, so that the balance of the bins should be...
17,000 by 10, of course, 170. If you subtract that from 600,000,
yes,
that's $430,000.
Exactly.
We are not talking about the fact that, in fact, these bins could have cost way more than what is stated in the invoice, right?
Yeah,
that's what we were even calculating. You're going by your overpricing because certainly it is overpriced. Certainly it's way overpriced, and you can't even do any procurement without a market survey in the first place. You can't tell me you buy water for $500 in a shop. Doesn't make sense, right? But $430,000 is unaccounted for, going by the overpriced overpriced invoice in itself. Mr. Bachelor.
Yes.
All this has to be recovered. You know, as CEO, sadly, the law requires that you must be the custodian of the accounts and the finance director. All right?
Yep.
And so if these things happen, the two of you should be responsible. That's the issue. And the money must be recovered. Mr. Bashir. That is the unfortunate part of it. So if you have any new or additional information to help the Commission in deciding or in locating or figuring out where the remaining bins are, is okay. If not,
yeah, like I told you, the council, I personally, I called for the contractor office. I think the balance of Willie Beans to come. But then he started telling me that, like he had delivered it. So I told him, but to where? Because nobody seems to be having the knowledge of the balance that you are supposed to bring in.
Yes.
So in a nutshell, in a way, council should pursue to get the balance of the remaining Willie Beans.
Let me just refer Mr. Bachelet to the Finance and Audit Act of 2004. Section 32 of the Finance and Audit Act, which talks about, because this is the amount lead counsel is asking you, is an amount which have been unduly paid. And the auditors have certified that this amount must be repaid. And this is in accordance with the Local Government Finance and Audit Act of 2004, Section 32. Let me just read what Section 32 says. It says, every sum certified by the Auditor General to be due from any person shall be paid by that person to the Treasurer of the Council concerned. And in fact, time limits are also given in this same act. That is, you are given up to 30 days to provide evidence, to either verify or admit. And after that, you have to pay this amount. And you are aware that this is what the law is saying. And for all the audited accounts over the period, you've not acted within what the Finance and Audit Act has provided. Why? And these amounts of monies are in the millions. Why?
Shouldn't have been that way, ma'am.
Thank you. Continue, proceed.
Mr. Bachelet, we have the fencing of the Mile 2 dump site. You recall this?
Yes.
Where you contracted Mbenga Design and Build to come up with a bill of quantity. Was this tendered? No. Or you want to find out?
I'll find out.
You paid Mbenga Design and Build $100,000. This is in September 2022.
I'll find out because it went through the GBBA process.
It what?
It went through the GBBA process.
That is just to prepare a bill of quantity.
Yes.
To be honest, you guys are not serious, Mr. Bachelet. There was, it appeared to be an environment wherein everybody was feasting with 3 million euros that was available. Let's see how we can do what we can do for the people of Banjul, and each of us can just get what we have or what we can get and we walk away. That was the environment. So $100,000 was paid. And you paid $52,500 to the Director of Planning and Development, Katim Ture. Why? For what?
Yeah, he apparently had an input after the initial preparation, I think by the supplier.
By Mega Design and Build.
Yeah.
They prepared the bill of quantity.
Yes.
And then Katim had an input.
Yes.
What kind of input?
I think some variations. He made some variations.
Some variations.
Yeah.
And it was paid $52,000 for it.
Original one, yes.
Why did Katim not prepare the bill of quantity? Is that not his role as that of planning and development? Then you rule out the contract.
Yeah, but then in that case, it wouldn't have been feasible because he's a member of the institution.
What do you mean? That's his role. The contract you are issuing out will come up with technical specifications. Council must find a way to get these things done and then start to rule out the specifications that they want for the contractor.
Yeah, because for him, it's been
come to their right, because it is the client who initiates and puts up the design for it to be rolled out, to be tendered. But if it is given out to a private consultant, the consultant, it must go through tender. But the initiation must have come from the client, and then the client has no right to be paid because he's a staff, he's paid on monthly salary. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bachelet, you knew this before?
Not as explicitly clear as
Of course, Mr. Bachelet.
senior technical.
Of course, you go to the Act, it tells you the role of director of planning, Mr. Bachelet. You go to the Act, Procurement Act and Regulation, it tells you that the specifications and design are sent to the contract. That's why you have a director of planning and development, Mr. Bachelet. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
So you gave out $100,000 to Mega Design and Build. Number one, we want to know the process that was followed. Are you in the position to tell us?
I'll make reference to the process and come back with it.
Good. Get that down. You see, it says that the development committee, of course, the director of planning and development, to coordinate plans and programs for the development in its area, promote economic, social, and spatial and human settlement policies, harmonizing development policies of its area, integrating and coordinating the process of planning, programming, and implementation. Now, this goes on. Mr. Bachelet, you paid Mr. Katim an amount that he was employed to do, for work that he was employed to do. Who decided? You?
It was decided in collaboration with Jonas.
No. Look, we are not here to ask Jonas question. Jonas is not the employee of council. Jonas is not the person responsible for the administration of the finances. If Jonas makes a mistake and doesn't understand the laws of the Gambia, you tell him it is not applicable. But you guys use either the ignorance or the corruption, the corrupt practice of some of these people to your own advantage. In some cases, some of them they may not know, and some of them are as corrupt as the people who are perpetuating the corruption.
Yeah, but in this case, we had discussed.
No, Jonas approved. Jonas approved. That's what you guys do to flout the rules. Jonas does not have a responsibility, or the responsibility that you have as CEO, or the responsibility that the finance director has. That is why you are the chief custodian of the accounts.
Okay, but Lead Counsel, would it be of interest for you to know that with this particular project that we are talking about, it went to a stage where every particular expenditure that was supposed to have been made by the project, we had to talk to
Absolutely.
partners over there
You have to do that because it's a counterpart funded.
in Ulster.
Yes, but the project clearly states as well that you must follow procurement procedure.
Yes.
So even if Jonas wants to adopt a procedure that is not correct, it's for you to say no, but we have laws here. The act don't allow us to do this. That is why you are CEO. That's why you are paid the allowance every month.